Imagine a deaf child coming from a hearing family that doesn't know American Sign Language, and that family goes to that child's teacher or another deaf professional to explain to their child that their grandmother has passed away because this family is unable to communicate with their child in their language. Imagine another hard of hearing child who may have some residual hearing, but amongst a loud classroom doesn't have the advocacy skills to tell the teacher that they don't understand or that they need additional support, and instead become ashamed and withdrawn. These two stories are true and are happening out there. I am grateful that my family, that comes from a rural area, really took on the need to seek out the deaf community and to seek out learning sign language. I'm very grateful that my family did this. That's given me the inspiration to become the Deaf Mentor Family Program Manager, to provide the support for deaf and hard of hearing children. Research has shown that deaf and hard of hearing children require the access to language. Deaf mentors and role models for them to look up to. Strong family involvement that would provide strong supports for them, and also a strong support system. The components of a strong support system would be the Early Hearing Detection Intervention Program, deaf and hard of hearing adults, the Department of Education, and other service providers that also would incorporate deaf and hard of hearing adults to provide the holistic support for a deaf and hard of hearing child. Research has also shown that if this system includes deaf and hard of hearing adults to support this child, their cognitive skills will thrive. Their language abilities also will thrive. And their social emotional status grows exponentially. If we include deaf and hard of hearing adults, families will feel less anxious. Here in Minnesota, we have that great system and a wonderful collaboration. The Deaf Mentor Family Program provides families access to communication by teaching American Sign Language, as well as the deaf mentors help the families to connect with other members of the deaf community by attending events and encouraging for the family to be a part of those events. Deaf mentors and our role models provide life stories and experiences to the families so that their deaf and hard of hearing child carries that confidence as they grow to become successful deaf or hard of hearing adults in the future, and having other professionals to look up to. With the support of a deaf mentor and a family that also utilized our Deaf Mentor Family Program and became connected with our deaf community, I happened to be observing this family at a social event. The father and daughter were walking along the beach, and his daughter was 4 years old at the time, and she told her dad that she really wanted to go kayaking. She expressed that in ASL, and the father was fearful for this to happen because his daughter has a tracheal tube. And he was concerned that if the kayak were to tip, it would risk her drowning. And the father had the ASL skills or the language skills to be able to explain that to his daughter and how much he cared for her and loved her and didn't want anything to happen to her. And watching that bond and that communication happen was truly inspiring. And that our program was able to provide the support and the supports for this family, so they were able to develop a father-daughter bond. And we are here to provide all of our families the supports that they need.